Hey, Pop Rockers. I recently sat down with Jess and James from the band Pirra, and we spoke about their new single, Out of My Hands. So sit back, watch the interview, and at the end, we'll play the video of the video clip of their new song. You can sit back, watch, and don't forget to like, love, share, and follow. Cheers. Hey, Pop, how you going today? Today we've got Jess and James from the band Pirra, and we're talking about their new single, Out of My Hands. Here we go, straight away. I'm coughing up my words. How you going, guys?
Good. Thanks so much for having us.
No, that's great.
Thanks for having us.
We welcome any Australian music. We like promoting Australian music, as our logo says. We love music and talking to upcoming bands, old bands, new bands, bands that don't get much airplay. We love to have them on the show and on our website and get the word out. Now, I've got to say I'm absolutely in love with you guys because I was checking out your tour dates, and you're coming to Perth.
Yes. So we actually just did Listen Out Festival, and yeah, I have to say Perth was our absolute favourite place that we played.
Oh, you've been here already. I've got the dates wrong, so you've already been here.
Yeah, we were in Perth last weekend.
Oh no, I missed it. Oh, no. I just saw the dates. I didn't see the month. I was just looking at Sunday the 25th, and I'm like, oh no, great! I'm going to get to see a band, and I'm going to get to come and do a review and talk more about it. But you've already been here, so you're going to have to talk us through what do you reckon of the Perth bands, the crowds in Perth, and the
Perth, hands down. Not just saying it because I'm talking to you, but it was my favourite gig out of the 4 tour dates that we did. It had everything behind it. There was more people that came to the Listen Out Festival in Perth, and the weather was absolutely perfect. Had a really good time there. We actually bumped into some lovely people at the airport, and we realised we didn't really know anyone in Perth, and so we were able to give some of our comps to some lovely people that we bumped into. They were there down the front. They'd made like a Pirra sign to support us. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, I wish I'd known that. I've got the months, or like I'm so far behind. I'm a bit out of place on dates and times is like nothing, But
Look,
I turned up to the show. I wish we'd seen it because I've seen you.
We had such a good experience that we'll be coming back now after how it all went down. So we'll be back.
Oh, that's great because I've seen the video clips. I follow you on Facebook and listen to you guys on SoundCloud, and I love the music. It's great. It's like, how long have you guys been on for?
It's been we've been playing together for probably about 12 years, or maybe about then. But Pirra sort of started officially, I'd say. When would you say it officially started? When did we become Pirra?
We became Pirra kind of 2012, 2013. That was when we started, with the name change. All the music we'd done previously was a lot more folky pop. And then we sort of realised that the project kind of had changed, and it was time to come up with a band name. And so we were actually, we did a bit of a call out. Trying to help to come up with a name for the band because it's a pretty hard job. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it's the worst thing coming up with a band name. Yeah. Oh, we did it. You just start looking at things in the room and kind of let's be the Plants. How about that?
Well,
the name suits the band.
Yeah. Thank you. And it suits the music as well. I mean, Pirra being meaning moon. In Luritja language, obviously our music is kind of pretty spacey, so it's definitely.
It's funny that the topics of a lot of the songs seem to be kind of about space. Somehow stuff that isn't on Earth sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, we're in space now, but stuff that's not.
So it's not like a spiritual type sounding without being a spiritual type band. That was I actually listened to it. I was thinking the first thing that came to my mind was like it was psychedelic. It was like. You could just get into the groove. You could just drift away. And I'm the worst dancer, and I was dancing away And I was looking at myself for the camera going, you look like a right other goose, but I just couldn't stop. The feel of the flow is just really, really great. So what was the inspiration? What was the inspiration out of the song? How did you come up with Out of My Hands?
Yeah, this one was a bit of a lockdown demo for me. So initially, I wouldn't say there was any sort of one event or thing that was in my head when I wrote it, but I find later when I look through the lyrics, it actually makes sense, and I could say, oh yeah, that's kind of about that thing or something. But really, it was kind of, I was just in lockdown, the first lockdown. I was living in Ashfield and just spent the whole time in this little room, just kind of mucking around with stuff. And yeah, I was just listening to this band called Leisure from New Zealand a fair bit, and so that influenced it a fair bit. And then I don't know, yeah. Then it just sort of happened, and then from writing the demo, I showed these guys, and they were into it. So yeah, because this one was actually pretty different to our other releases, because we were going pretty dance pop the last few, and then this one was a bit of a curveball. So yeah, but I kind of just think it's good to just write songs and not worry about it too much, and
Well, that's sometimes the best way is like just get the creative juices flowing, and it just happens. There's no real formula to getting a good song, but I've got to say I totally enjoy the song, and everyone I've put through and shown the music, they've totally enjoyed it. So it's really, really great.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
No, it's good. And we, like we said, we like new music. We don't get to hear this music all the time, especially when the commercial radio stations now, they have their formula. And if you look at the top 40 over the last 12 months, some of them songs, or the top 50 on the ARIA charts, have been there for nearly 2 years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So how do Australian artists and Australian music compete with, things like The Weeknd and, the Kid Laroi? How do we compete with that? And producing good music is, like I said, is there's a lot of good music out there at the moment, and not much airplay for it. So we're doing our bit. We're doing our best to get you.
It's pretty interesting. I was thinking about that, how record sales used to be counted by people actually buying the physical record. But if you think of, like, if someone bought their favorite record, they might even listen to that record for years, but it would never be sort of, that data wouldn't be collected. No. But now, because we're streaming, and I'm pretty sure that they count streams now as for what hits the top 40 and stuff, it's probably actually more accurate to what is the top 40 most listened kind of music.
Well, a lot of that stuff is repeated. So I might be at the gym and just repeat that song over and over again while I do session on the treadmill. That gets counted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you think about like Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, and that re-entered the charts, and didn't it get number one again or something? So and that was made in the 80s, was it? Or 70s, late 70s or 80s?
Well, I went record shopping a couple of weeks ago, and I found this 12-inch single of the Cockroaches.
Yeah, no way.
And I had to buy it. I've got it sitting right over here. I'm like, and I tell everyone everywhere I go, I have found this album, a 12-inch single, the Cockroaches. They go, who's the Cockroaches? I'm like, do you know the Wiggles? So I remember seeing them in playing shows.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I've got some questions about the song and Tim Wheatley. What was it like working with Tim?
Well, from my perspective, I've never even met Tim. I've met him on the phone and on calls and stuff, and he seems like a legend. But because it was lockdown and because it was all the COVID time, and he was in the UK because the head of our record label, Mark, was in the UK, it was kind of like not that different to just doing what we normally do. The only other thing was that he just did his vocals and sent them to us. So it was that was my sort of perspective on it.
But basically, I think Mark had heard, so our label had heard the song, and sort of had us working with Tim in mind. And then as soon as he heard Out of My Hands, he's like, this is the song. This is the one that's ready for Tim. And he was absolutely right. As soon as we got the vocals back from Tim, they just fitted in so nicely. So it's really, it's just added another level and layer to the song. But hopefully we'll get to celebrate with him at some point.
I'd love to actually hang out with him, you know.
So over here, we in WA, we're in a protected like little bubble over here. How has the reception been over the east?
For the single or the pretty good. I'd say you know, I'm not going to be buying a Ferrari anytime soon, but I would say that of the people that have heard it, we got a lot of really good comments and responses from it. Yeah.
We'll be sharing
playlists and stuff.
We'll be sharing it on our social media. We'll be pumping it up. Everyone we have on the show, we pump up their music. We try and get everyone to download and stream it and what have you, because it's good quality. It's great Australian music. It's really, really nice to listen to. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's well done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Nice of you to say that.
Yeah. So I'm going to just like I've asked about, because I normally ask about the inspiration, and we've had a bit of a chat. I'm going to open up the floor. What do you got coming up? What's happening with you guys? Where you new music, more songs off the album? Because the album was released on the 30th of September, if I'm right.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we've got 12 tracks on there, and so we feel like there's sort of something for everyone. Like we've really, it's a smorgasbord of what we've got to offer.
A tasting platter.
Yeah. But we've got a show coming up this weekend locally in Wollongong. So our Curtis and Jeffrey in the band actually have a brewery. So we're playing a gig there on Saturday. It's actually in honour of a big music lover in Wollongong called Big Red, Brent Peter Kelly, who passed away just a few weeks ago. So it's actually to honour him. Originally it was going to be his birthday party, but we'll be doing it in his honour this time. And then our next gig, actually I can talk about it now. We're actually playing at North Wollongong for New Year's Eve, which is pretty exciting, with Crooked Colours headlining. So we love Crooked Colours, so it's pretty exciting for us to be supporting them. And just before that, we're actually heading over to Fiji. Be some more DJ vibes though, but we'll be playing at a festival in Fiji called Your Paradise.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, Fiji will be absolutely beautiful. The backdrops, but the Wollongong, I haven't been there for years. I grew up in New South Wales. I grew up in a place called Campbelltown. Don't know if you've heard of it. Lovely place.
Where is it? Sorry.
Campbelltown.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. Of course we do.
So the Dapto Dogs and Wollongong, it's good.
Yeah.
Do you get to play at the Dapto Dogs? Are they still going?
I don't know. Is that the football team?
The Dapto Dogs was a grain racing.
Oh, right. So
that's what it is. Okay, someone mentioned it to me today, and I was like,
yeah. So we're kind of frauds because we're not actually from Wollongong. So we've moved here in the last couple of years, so maybe 2.5 years ago. Yeah. So, but so I'm originally from Taree. I don't know if you know Taree, but yeah.
And I'm originally from Mount Gambier in South Australia, so we really are. Really are frauds,
Nah, not at all. You've been there for more than 2 years. You're local.
You're local, yeah. I'll take that. Well, I haven't been in 2 years, but almost.
Well, hey guys, it's been really great talking to you about your music.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best with your tracks. I hope you get mega success. Like I said, we're going to do everything we can to push the song. It's a great song. So thank you for joining us on the show. I know it's been short and sweet, but thank you very much for your songs. Thanks for letting us play your song too.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate the support. It means a lot.
Yeah, thanks so much.
So, too easy. Well, thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time. Hopefully, there's more music coming, and we can get you back in WA and come and see one of your shows.
Yeah,
Would love to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.